Namaskar, welcome to This Week with Padma Shri Recipient Dr. Sudhir Parikh. Festive season, September, important month. I take this pleasure of welcoming you, Dr. Sahab. Namaste.
Namaste, namaste everyone.
And with greetings on Janmashtami, the day that is observed as the birthday of Lord Krishna. It is observed in a big way, not only in India, but away from India also. Your early recollection of the festival of Janmashtami while you were growing up in India?
Well, I mean, we used to do the fasting. Of course, in Vaishnav, we are being Vaishnav Baniya. Fasting means is a feast because we eat. Fasting means not. Not to eat, but we eat quite a few things because we have convenient way of all the Vaishnav has convenient way of celebrating fasting. We eat Rajagras khichdi and we eat this singoda. You know, singoda means that what do you call
I know what you mean. I'm also only
chestnut.
thinking of
Chestnut की सब्जी, फिर दिन में काजू, बादाम, पिस्ता, milk, basudi. You know, so that was our fasting. So I remember that, and being a young child, I always tell my parents that okay, I'm fasting today, so I should get these things,
Yes,
not the daily food, you know. So and then at night time we used to awake, go to temple, do the bhajans, and at midnight Bhagwan ka janma hota tha, we used to celebrate that. So that's what I remember as a child.
So when we look at India, and not just India, but the cultural or spiritual cultural tradition of India, Lord Krishna is the key Swarup, so to say. So his Bal Leelas are important, as well as his role on the battlefield of Kurukshetra is also important. Staying with the creative side, the way Lord Krishna has inspired different art forms of India. You remember having seen some dances or Krishna Leela?
Yes, very much. And you know, we being Vaishnava Baniya, we always kind of worship Krishna as a small child. So Krishna, you know, Krishna
Bal
Leela,
Krishna.
Bal Krishna. So that is our Vaishnava's thing. And if you watch those gurus, those kathakar who does all this Bhagavad Katha, they always carry small Bal Krishna with them. So, and even Swaminarayan people also carrying the Bal Krishna with them, if you can see it, you know. So I think that's what our Vaishnav, and Krishna is our God. We believe in Krishna, and because Krishna has a lot of different avatars, right? And all the avatar has different significance. And one of the avatar is a Kurukshetra fight. There also Krishna Bhagwan knew that the wrong people are, if he doesn't get involved, then the wrong people will get win here, and the right people will get slaughtered. And that's why he got always Krishna Bhagwan's duty is to come and rescue the right people, good people.
So Srimad Bhagavad Gita also being the treatise of yoga, and to be with oneself in harmony and with one's surrounding in harmony, devotion of Lord Krishna definitely is a big inspiration. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has also been inspired by Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And how do you see the reflection of those eternal principles which are enunciated in Srimad Bhagavad Gita with vision of Prime Minister Modi?
I think you can see very through the Prime Minister's vision, its action, its implementation. Everything comes with a very good thoughts for the benefit of the people of India, and therefore I think it comes from the. We have to believe that it comes from his true faith in the Krishna.
And in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Arjun, who is referred to as Bharat, also by Lord Krishna, and Bharat is the name. And in our Indian Constitution, India, that is Bharat, that is how it begins. There is a new discussion that has come up, initiated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, where probably they are considering to do away with India and just keep it Bharat, one name. How do you see, and probably the upcoming special parliamentary session may also focus on this?
Well, I think Bharat name is a good name. I mean, actually our country is known as a Bharat since Maurya's time, you know. So Bharat once, right? Bharat Rajya. So I think it's good. But I'm not very familiar with what's protocol or what's legal or constitutional requirement to change the name like that of the country, you know, because then they have to change everything. But first, I am not aware of constitutional requirement how to change that name. But Bharat name is really appropriate name.
Absolutely. Bharat is the name actually. Yeah. That is another name, yeah. So now moving towards the way political sphere is heating up with different comments. But before that, this G20 session, which has also enhanced India's image among the world leaders, and most of the important leaders are looking up to India's leadership. Talk to me about the tenure of India, as we talked earlier also, under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, with reference to India's presidency for G20.
Well, I think, as you know, that presidency comes by rotation.
Yes.
So it is not that given presidency to somebody because he is special. But the good part of our Prime Minister is that he took real advantage, not advantage, I think is the wrong word, but is real benefit of his presidency or his position in G20, because G20 is a large number of significant countries are in that group. And I'm glad that Prime Minister Modi is showing his kind of world leadership into G20, and that will help India in the economy, in the trade, as well as in the goodwill in the world.
So these symbols or the names that are used, they also play important role in giving certain ideas or inspiring people. So I refer to the recent invitation, which probably earlier used to be the President of India, and so this is on the occasion of G20 summit. It says the President of Bharat requests the pleasure of the company of, and then more details goes. So probably in this kind of official letter, when India is replaced by Bharat, the people have started talking about it, and there are some people who feel that this is not in sync with the, as you were mentioning, the spirit of the Constitution. And some people feel that having the name that is associated with the cultural flow or tradition of the land is good. How do you see this controversy?
No, I think it is good to have a name which flow with the culture and tradition of the country, right? But I don't know what is. I'm not aware of, or I'm probably ignorant about. Is there any way to change that?
I see.
And so unless we know that in more detail, I think I would rather reserve my comments, because I don't want to say something which is not right. I mean, personally, I like name Bharat, and I think they can able to do it constitutionally, because our country is a constitutional country. We believe in that. So by doing that, and I'm sure it can be done. I mean, nothing is impossible, because once you have majority, I'm sure there is a way to do it, you know. So people should not object to change the name if it can be done.
Right. So when this special session of Parliament was announced for 5 days, it was just probably 1 or 2 days before the India Alliance meet in Mumbai. So opposition leaders are saying that they will not sit for Modi Chalisa. They say that when there is no agenda that is given to them, so this session is uncalled for, etc. And they may even boycott it, as per today what some people are saying. Do you see this as the reasonable way?
I think if oppositions are smart politicians, they should not boycott. Because by boycotting, you are, if you don't, I mean, just for hypothetical argument, if you don't believe in something and if you boycott, then means you are giving away to
Correct,
that thing to them,
correct.
right? So I think boycott is not the right thing, because in democracy one should not boycott. One should go there and put their own argument that why they believe what they believe in it, and that's called democracy.
Right. So in democracy, there are certain rights and certain responsibilities, and in terms of freedom of expression also, there are certain limitations, and you be respectful. Constitution also gives full right to people to practice their religion. Being a secular nation, also each religion is to be respected. So recently, there was a comment at one forum in Tamil Nadu by the son of the chief minister. He's also holding a position, Stalin, mentioning something which is like elimination of Sanatan Dharma. And before I seek your response to the way he mentioned that the Sanatan is like malaria, dengue, and this COVID, etc., and should be eliminated. But what we learned about Sanatan Dharma, and that was quoted quite often in 2014 also by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and the G20 theme itself is one world, one family, one future, which comes from Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that is the whole world is one family. Right. So there is some miscommunication somewhere in terms of people perceiving the correct essence of Sanatan Dharma. What should be done in that direction?
Well, I mean, I'm sure 99% of the Indian populations, they believe what is right, they have right meaning of the Sanatan Dharma, and they respect the Sanatan Dharma, and I think we also respect all the Dharma, because all the Dharma has its own place in the world. I think what Stalin's son, what's his name, Dayanidhi, what he said is kind of deplorable and uncalled for. I mean, there is no sense in interpreting Sanatan Dharma in different way. And but in the democracy, again, because the Constitution gives you right to think the way you want to think.
So you cannot give hate speech.
No,
like
I know.
this.
So, so there are people who start like this, which can convert into hate speech. I mean, or come close to the hate speech, and can result into the unnecessary violence.
So I mean,
I think government should if there is a possibility, launch the FIR against him and prosecute him, and let the court has to decide in civilized society whether he should be punished and how much he should be punished.
Yeah. So here is the thing, Doctor. There are practitioners of Sanatan Dharma and there are political players who are also practitioners of Sanatan Dharma. In such situations, when a statement is made by a political leader, then politicians have their own way of looking at where they may be benefited. So I refer to the statement of Home Minister Amit Shah. He's saying they are spreading hatred and they are against Sanatan Dharma. And then he also refers to what Congress leader Kharge said earlier, that if BJP comes, it will be Sanatan Dharma coming to rule, etc. But what you said is the logical way. I haven't come across anybody coming up saying that we will be filing FIR, etc., or somebody protesting. I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, but that is only way to proceed in democracy, that you should file a FIR, book him for a wrong comment, and prosecute him and in the court of law, and punish him.
Right. So what I think is the difference between Sanatan Dharma's collective response and some other traditions. So there was one Kanhaiya who was beheaded in Udaipur. That was because he shared something which supported what Nupur Sharma said, etc. That is uncalled for. That sort of violent response is uncalled for. And I think that is clear in most of the Sanatan Dharma practitioners, that whatever someone says, what is truth remains truth. But moving forward, the way it is a spiral effect is the Mahant Paramhans Das, that is of the Ayodhya Mandir. Now, this is a very serious to my mind. He has announced rupees 10 crore bounty on head of Stalin's son Udayanidhi over this Sanatan Dharma remark. How do you see
I
that?
think that is also not very good, because
Right.
that you are inciting again hate against hate,
Yeah.
and that can lead to the violence, and that can lead to unnecessary death and damage to the innocent people. And I think people has to cool down and take the legal action, whatever is possible.
Right. So I think that is not a positive, proactive response to this, call it a challenge or the need to educate, which is not restricted to one person commenting. There is a wider gulf in
Right.
proper perception of Sanatan Dharma. So we are almost at the point where we will be saying goodbye. Once again, I recollect festive season is there. May good sense prevail among people, and your parting words for our viewers.
Well, dear friends, Janmashtami is coming day after tomorrow. All other Hindu festivities coming. Ganesh Chaturthi is coming, Navratri is coming, and Diwali is coming. And this is next 2 months is really a month of festivity. So we all Hindus should enjoy and celebrate all our festivity. That gives a very good lesson to our second generation, and keep ourselves and our belief or faith in a good shape and protected.
So thank you very much.
Yeah. So after saying that, I would like to say, God bless America, God bless India, God bless Indian American, and I love you all. Enjoy the holidays. Thank you. ठीक है?
बढ़िया सर.